So thanks everyone for joining me for the webinar. I just wanted to talk a bit about the coronavirus, your business, and how it affects your marketing. So it's only going to be a quick webinar, but I just wanted to cover a few points of what I have been talking about with my clients. For those that don't know, I work in marketing. I do online marketing for clients all around Australia and New Zealand. So I just wanted to, be able to outline a bit about what our plans are, what's happening, and help you. So I want to be able to be open for you to be able to talk to me. If you're clients, you're not clients, if you're just friends, you have a business and you're just worried about it, reach out, because we're all in this together. If we're all business owners, we're all going through the same things. We're all feeling these same emotions of being unsure or fear of the unknown. So we're all in it together. So I want to really be able to help each other and look at it from a smart view, because in this stage, it's the decisions that we make that will dictate how we actually recover on the other side. If we panic and make bad decisions, then we might not get through it okay. But if we make correct decisions, then we have a better chance, and we can actually grow as a business and business owners as we go through the other side. So that's what I want to sort of cover tonight. I'm just going to cover a few marketing ways, and then I'll throw some ideas out there, and then I'll ask some questions. I'll leave it open for question and answers if anyone wants to ask any questions, but that's mainly just what I want to cover. So at the moment, we're at a stage where we're really not sure exactly how this is going to have the impact. It is already impacting business because people are unsure about what's happening. They don't know if they're allowed to go out. They cancel appointments. They do a lot of different things because they're unsure. So what we have to do is actually take control of the situation and plan what could happen. So as a business owner, we really need to be looking at it and saying, okay, what can happen? Do we need to close the business for a period of time? Do we need to change our staff? I was discussing with someone today whether or not they need to separate their staff into teams to actually, so they don't have interactions with each other, so that if one team goes down, they do have other staff. So there is lots of possibilities. Obviously, they're on the business side. So there's a lot that could happen on that side. From the marketing side, the first thing that I'm getting is sorry, I'm just gonna. So the first thing I'm getting from a lot of business owners is, should we stop marketing? And my initial response is, are you closing down? Are you not going to be operating? Because that's really when you should stop marketing. If you're not going to be able to actually take clients, take patients, take whatever your business is, and take people in to actually see them, then you shouldn't be advertising. You shouldn't be marketing, because obviously you can't service those people. If you are actually still being able to service them, it's actually a good time to advertise, because you need to let people know what you're doing. So at the moment, everyone is unsure about what's happening. So the messages that I'm seeing through all the Facebook pages, on posts and everything else are you open? Are you operating? And things like that, because people are unsure about what's happening. So really, we have to be on the front foot and be communicating with our clients. We need to be communicating with our team, communicating with everyone in the business of what's happening, so that you're showing a strong front and people know what's happening. So that's probably the main reason I say that if you're open, you need to be marketing, because if you marketing, you actually are getting out there and people are knowing about you. So I know it's initial reaction if business is slowing up, to actually stop it, but sorry, I'm just trying to navigate around here. Yeah, so to stop marketing, but if you can take business and you can actually see patients, you need patients. I'm going to say patients a lot tonight. So for those that know that I do a lot of dental marketing, so I will say patients a lot. I do have some other clients, and I know there is other businesses on here, but I will probably say patients a lot tonight, because that is what I talk on a day-to-day basis. So if you are seeing people, then you need to be actually marketing and letting people know what's happening. So, but obviously there's different ways to be getting out there. So that's what I sort of want to show you tonight is how you should be marketing and whether or not you should be cutting some of your marketing or changing how you market during this time. So that quote there's one when Henry Ford went through the Great Depression, and he talked about a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. So he has a bit of a point. It is something that, yes, you will save money, but in the long run, it will actually kill the business. So you still need to be proactive in it. Unless the business isn't operating, you need to be marketing and getting out to as many people as possible. So first up, I'm going to talk about your website. So during this time, your website is going to be more important than ever. And the reason is, if people are not going in and seeing people physically, they're going to go to your website. So, or social profiles or anything else. But your website becomes your physical address online. So people need to have the information on their website. So in this time, you need to be making sure that your website is updated with everything that people need to know. So if they want to know if you're open, you need to have a message on there, especially for this time, talking about being open. Or if you're not, or something's changed, communicate with them. Tell them what's different. So today we were doing a lot of pages around what the policies are at the moment and everything like that. And the reason we did that was because we're trying to communicate and we're trying to be proactive with it, so that when people are looking for this information and want to know stuff, it is on your website. So a few more keys with your website is making sure that people can actually take action on it. So if people aren't actually coming in to see you or ringing you or doing something, how can they actually take action? So can they book an appointment online? Can they send a message? So have you got a messenger function on there so they can chat to you? So if you've got limited staff at the moment, or your staff's changed places and they're working from home or anything else, can they still chat with your staff and actually get information? So you need to be thinking about how people are actually going to be trying to get in contact with you and work with you in this time. So your website's going to be ultra important, and you need to make sure that you get it updated as soon as possible so people can take these actions, have the messages on there, have the information. If you have to go into lockdown or something for a period of time, you could actually be able to do some website updates and get some more information up there, so that when you come out, you're actually in a better place moving forward and you have a lot of that information. So definitely your website is a very important thing, because we are moving to that stage of less people wanting to go out. So they will go online and they will go to a website. So make sure that your website is updated, easy to use, and people can do. So actually think like your customers and think what they need to do when they go to the website, and actually make it easy for them to take those actions. So don't overcomplicate the process. Just try and think, okay, if they're coming to my website, what are they trying to do? And actually get them to that point. So Google SEO. So I've been asked this question in the last few days, and I get asked it regularly. So once we get a website ranked and we get it up to a top point, can we stop and just leave it? And the answer is, a lot of the times, no. It's like going to a gym and working out. You can keep working at it, and you'll get to a point, and then you can think, okay, now I want to stop for a while. You're not going to keep that same body that you've been working on and working to the gym. And it's the same with your SEO and your Google. You're not going to maintain those same rankings. Google needs to see that you are doing regular work and you're doing updates and doing your SEO and everything else on a regular basis. So SEO is not something I would stop, because when you get to that other side and we will get through that, you don't want to come back and say, oh, I stopped SEO and now we're not ranking and we're not getting that organic traffic. So it's something that, yes, you still need to do, and you still need to make sure that you're doing, or your SEO people or whoever's doing, and they're working on it. So SEO would be one of the main ones that I would say, no, do not stop, just for the fact that you do not want to get to the point and say, okay, what do I do now? Why aren't I ranking? Why aren't I getting that organic traffic? and a lot of our clients get a lot of organic traffic. So if we came back and we'd stopped something for a few months and all of a sudden they're not getting that organic traffic, that's a lot of people they're not actually getting ringing every day and getting new people into their business. So SEO is one of the ones, and I discussed it, and Dr. Jesse Green had a webinar last night and he was in the same agreement with me. It's one marketing method that even if we were shutting up shop and had to shut up for a period of time, we wouldn't shut, because we want to maintain those rankings and we want to maintain that organic traffic. I can see questions there. I will get to them after I go through everything, rather than doing them all at the start. PPC. So PPC stands for pay per click. So in the main two pay per click advertising are your Google ads. So it used to be called AdWords. It's now called Google ads, which cover a wide variety of things, and your Facebook ads. So they're your main two PPC ones. This is somewhere where you can save money and stop. Probably not save money, because it's going to be in a time in your business that you stopped it if you are not operating. So if you're not operating, or you can't take new people into your business, then PPC is something that you can turn off and then turn back on. So it is a bit like a tap, where you can sort of control it a bit. So you can reduce it, you can turn up the flow, depending on what you need into your business. So it is something that we have had discussions in the last few days with clients where we've changed the PPC strategy. So you do have some control. The one thing I would say is that, remember that if you're doing something, your competitors are probably doing it too. So if you're stopping ads, your competitors are probably in the same sort of stage in business. So they're going to probably stop ads. So it does create opportunity as well, that if you are open for business and your competitors have stopped advertising because they want to save money or worried about it, you can actually take market share off them if you are advertising in that stage. So there is opportunity in there, but it is something that if you can't take people into the business, or there's a reason, it can be turned off and then turned back on in a month's time, or when things change. So there is that opportunity. So it is one form of marketing where it is. Good ways of, when doing PPC, if you are still maintaining it, is think what the customers want to know at the moment. Are they worried that you're open? Use that line in all your advertising. We are open to see clients. You may mention something about your policies around the coronavirus and hygiene and everything else. So think what people want to know in this time. And it's the same as any time. If I'm advertising, I'm thinking, okay, what do people want to know, and what will get their attention in this time, and how can I answer that question in the marketing I'm doing? So you really have to think like the people that are actually trying to find your business. So, but as I said, PPC is something that we can adjust, turn off, save some money if you are not taking people into your business. So it is an opportunity that you can say to whoever's managing, or if you're managing your PPC, is say, okay, we're going to be closed for 2 weeks. Let's turn it off because we can't see people. So we want to save money. But as I said, there is that opportunity as well, that if everyone's turning it off, you will pay less for PPC, and you can also take market share while other people aren't doing it. So Facebook, other than obviously being full with the coronavirus stuff at the moment, so a lot of people will be trying to avoid it, but then they'll actually want to be there because that's where they're getting their news from these days. On the Facebook side and the social media side, so Instagram, I actually feel that you need, especially when you're open, you need to actually be doubling up on what you're actually doing. You need to be taking a really strong approach to it and actually showing the people that you're actually in business and what you're doing, and being as strong as possible. Because as business owners, as everyone, we can hide away and put our head in the sand and try and forget what's going on, or we can actually take the step and actually stand strong and actually say, okay, we're in business, we're doing this, we're seeing customers. These are our policies. We may make you do a questionnaire, or we may do this before you come visit us, but we are seeing patients, and a good way to do it is on Facebook. So not only are we creating posts around that hygiene and everything else, but we're creating posts around being open and reminding people that you are there and that you are open, because that's going to be the most common question at the moment. But a good way to actually do that without actually always saying that you're open is actually share the people that are coming into your business, share what's going on in your business, share your results, your work, share things that are happening, because what that does is create social proof of what's happening in your business. So if someone comes into your business, someone has a birthday on the day, you need to be sharing it more than ever, because you want to show that strong front. You want to show that business is happening and that people can come in and see you and that they can do business with you. So that is more important. And I was saying to people today, we need to be strong and need to be doing it as much as possible at the moment. It's somewhere where I feel that you need to be in there doing it as much as possible at the moment. So I really feel that it's a great way of, even if you're not sharing the same old coronavirus posts and different other stuff, keep sharing what you're doing, keep sharing what's happening in your business, keep sharing the smiling faces and the people that are coming into your business, because it is social proof of people coming to see you and that business is happening, and people will see it and psychologically they will go, hey, they're still in business, I'll give them a call and I'll go in and see them. Whereas they might not have seen anything from a competitor and they will say, oh, I don't think those guys are operating, they must be in lockdown or something. So you need to be showing that what you're doing and that what's happening in your business. So, and this is the same with Instagram. So a lot of times Instagram and Facebook will cross over with a lot of the posts. What's happening on Instagram should be happening on there. But obviously you can do a lot more. You can utilize your stories, both on Instagram and Facebook, to really be showing the happening in the business, because you might not want to share everything as a post, but you can be sharing all the little things as stories. So I'd be suggesting using it as much as possible to really show what's happening in the business and really be showing that you're not letting this get the best of you, and that you're continuing in business and that people can come see you, because we need to be strong and we need to be showing this. So the other main one I would be suggesting, and a few of the other main ones I would be suggesting at the moment, is utilize your email list. So I know a lot of people don't use it regularly, but people are going to be spending a lot more time online. So I would be using my email list as much as possible to be emailing people, letting them know what's happening, because it's all about the communication. So people need to know what's happening. And that's where a lot of this uncertainty is coming from at the moment, is that we're getting little bits of information from the media and from the government and everything else, but we don't know everything and we don't know the full picture. So it gives us that uncertainty around business and everything else. So we need to be communicating. So we need to be communicating with our customers. We need to be communicating with our suppliers, marketing people, anyone else that's involved in the business. And we need, most importantly, need to be communicating with our staff, because there's a lot of uncertainty for them as well. They don't know if business is going to shut down or something's going to happen. So you need to be communicating. And as the business owner, you need to be seen as the person that's holding the business together. So you need to be strong and you need to be proactive in what you're doing. So exactly me putting this webinar on today and doing this, it's being proactive and actually saying, hey, we're strong, we can take control. So things like emails, SMS, it depends on obviously the systems you have in place. If you have an email list and you haven't used it, start using it. Email your customers and mention it. Mention some stuff. Send them some information. Start now, because it's going to be a key. And just remember, more people are going to be spending time online, so you need to be communicating. So they're the main things I would suggest. But what I would suggest is that you actually start just planning out what you're going to do. So work out what the next month or so is going to look like and what could happen. Are you going to have to lock down? Are you going to have to change some things? Start planning it out. And that's where I'm open for anyone, client or not. Send me a message. We can have a chat. We'll put a plan together. No cost to you. This is just me wanting to help, because I know the uncertainty I'm going through. in business, and I want to make sure that you, as a business owner, actually have a bit of a plan and that we can help each other. So send me a message, let's chat. There's plenty of options in business, and we will get through it on the other side if we actually are proactive and we actually take control of the situation. So I'm going to close this screen and I'm going to go to a few questions. So if you've got questions, throw them through and I will answer them. So Trev said there, a key lesson he's learnt. So for people that don't know, Trev is my uncle, but he's probably the most knowledgeable person in business I know. I've learnt more in business from him and in life than anyone else. So he said a key lesson that he's learnt is if you work hard through the tough times and grow market share, that you will keep that share as market picks up. So which is exactly right. So you have to be seen to be doing stuff, and you actually have to be physically doing stuff in the tough times. So it has to be, be proactive, actually be doing stuff. Don't just try and hide away and think that you're going to get through on the other side if you turn off marketing and you hide away for months. We don't all have a pool of money that we can all rely on and be able to pay staff and pay everything else if we turn off all our marketing and turn off our business. So so it's definitely, if you are proactive in what you're doing and you actually show strength and you keep going through the tough times, on the other side, you will continue to grow, continue to get market share. And that's where I was talking about opportunities. You've got so many opportunities. If everyone else in business is having the same reaction and all of a sudden turning off their marketing, it creates all these opportunities for you to all of a sudden go, okay, let's take the market share. Let's be the market leader in our area and actually take control of this situation and not let it get the best of us. So any other questions before I turn it off? But one of the things I would say, guys, is get in contact with me, send me a message, let's have a chat, because I really am open to having a chat through it. I'm going to probably ask you questions because, as I said, there is still a lot of uncertainty. And if, as business owners, we all have these questions and uncertainty around it. So reach out to us, talk to us. We really need to, we're in it together. So we're all business owners and we're in it together. So that's everything I've got from today. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will put this recording up online. I'll probably edit it because I've jumped around a bit and changed screens, but I will put the main stuff up online for anyone else, because I did throw it up and the links up in sort of a 12-hour period. But thank you so much for joining me. And honestly, reach out to me, guys. Send me a message and let's chat. There's no cost. You don't even have to be clients. If you can find me, send me a message and we'll chat about it. We'll work through it. And guys, we will get through this. If you make smart decisions, we'll get through it stronger than ever. Have a great night, guys.